Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be more of a discussion, a speculation if you will. Now, with the upcoming Dragon Ball Z Kakarot coming out maybe I think sometime in 2019 or 2020, I'm not precisely sure when the game is coming out, it got me thinking because I know they're going back to retelling the old story of the Dragon Ball, series. The Saiyan saga, the Cell saga, the Buu saga, all that stuff. But there is another storyline that I would like to see flesh out in a more console-like quality. And with the success of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, it has shown that, the anime fan of Dragon Ball would enjoy a more what-if type of story. Now obviously we have Dragon Ball Heroes, which is another game that kind of touches on this what-if scenario where, what if Goku and Gohan fused, or what if Frieza and Cell fused. Like, these are the crazy type of what if stuff that's happening with Dragon Ball Heroes. Now, in terms of story, I'm not really sure how that's gonna work out because I've tried to piece together the actual story of Dragon Ball Heroes, and for the most part, it's quite difficult to follow, and I think it's intended that way. They don't want it to have a narrative behind it. All they want is just a bunch of people coming together, fighting, and just doing crazy what ifs, like crazy what if transformations and things of that nature. But there is a narrative that I would think would make for a really dope as, full AAA type console quality game, and that is Dragon Ball Legends, surprisingly, a mobile game. Now, Dragon Ball Legends is quite popular, and I think it has reached a certain standard of popularity that most people who are fan of Dragon Ball would know about it. And the story follows a Saiyan, an ancient Saiyan by the name of Charlotte, who kind of got dragged into this multiverse battle royale, if you will, where various versions of our favorite Dragon Ball Z characters have been thrown together and they're battling for dominance for the most part. And we follow Charlotte as he tries to kind of uncover the mystery behind himself and behind what's going on with this whole tournament thing. And it was interesting, I'm not gonna lie, like, the story is obviously very, very, it doesn't have any depth to it, it just has that shallowness, but at the same time, I actually ended up enjoying following this story. It's a brand new Saiyan. Goku is not the main character in this story, it actually follows another Saiyan who started out super weak, like he couldn't beat people like, Krillin or Tien at the beginning because he was very, very weak, but as he progressed and as he grew, he became more and more strong, and that, I think that's something that we've missed when it comes to Dragon Ball, because we're used now we're used to seeing Goku and Vegeta being gods at this point, shadowing people like Piccolo, Krillin, Tien to the point of irrelevancy. Whereas in Dragon Ball Legends, Charlotte is making everyone relevant again. We see him, I think the guy Zana or something like that, the two-wielded demon character. Then we also see Bulma, young Bulma being relevant. We're seeing all these other characters being relevant in his baseline, and I don't know, I just like the story, and I think it would make for a very interesting storytelling, and obviously it will give us matchups that we would never see in any Dragon Ball game. So like, Goku and Vegeta in the Super Saiyan Blue form going against Super Saiyan Vegeta, or something in the lines of seeing Frieza and Cooler. Well, actually, in this point of story, actually I'm not gonna spoil it to you, but let's just say for example Frieza and Cooler team up or they go against each other. It just creates this dynamic that we wouldn't see in other Dragon Ball games, like Cell coming back to life and then realizing what has happened in his previous lifestyle and obviously improving on it, and I don't know, I think it would make for a really dope ass Dragon Ball game. Now the thing is that how will it play? I know, like, when it comes to Dragon Ball game, it has to be action oriented, like the way Dragon Ball Kakarot is kind of being created right now. It's an open world game where you get to travel around and at the same time you get to fight a bunch of people. Now with Dragon Ball Legends, let's say Dragon Ball Legends 3D or whatever you want to call it, I don't think it should follow the same format. I think for the most part it should still be a simple fighting game, brawler if you will. I think it will fit more in the lens of a brawler because there is a bunch of people fighting at the same time, so 1v1 situations are going to be very rare. But if we were to say what formula it should follow, it should probably go in the lines of, if you know Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution. That game has a interesting dynamic in which you can go 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and you know, it has a little bit of a depth to it. It's not too intense like an actual fighting game like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but at the same time it's not super simplified like Naruto Storm series or whatever. I think it mixing that lane would be pretty good. And obviously the story would be baseline, will follow the narrative of Charlotte, the Saiyan from the past who doesn't know his memory, and as he uncovers the truth about himself, we'll get to follow a brand new Saiyan that just isn't Goku, because in this story, Goku generally takes the sideline. He doesn't jump in to save the day, he doesn't do anything, he's actually forbidden by Beerus and Whis from actually participating in anything, but he does come in to give advice and, you know, share his thoughts about Charlotte and his progress as a Saiyan and stuff like that. And it's interesting. I mean, I know some people don't play the, you know, the Dragon Ball Legends for the actual story. I kind of do, and that's weird. I might be the only one, actually, not the only one in the world, but I might be one of the few people who actually pay attention to the story, because I have a hard time skipping the story because I want to see what goes on. The dialogue is actually very interesting. Now, there's a mystery behind it. I do enjoy the mystery. Except for when Ribrianne came in. When she came in, I just skipped it. I don't care. I just can't stand that character. That character, I must say this. That character is way worse than Sakura. I think she is single-handedly the worst character to ever be conceived. With Sakura, I know she's useless, and I know a lot of people hate Sakura, but at least I can tolerate when she's on the screen. I can't tolerate when Ribrianne, you know what? I'm not gonna go into this. I just fucking hate that character. But anyways, that's just my thoughts and opinion. Like, I think we're pretty good. Like, the more I play Dragon Ball Legends, obviously we all play just to summon, you know, the units and just to brag about people who have Gogeta, Broly, Vegeta. I don't have Vegeta. I want Vegeta, but I don't have it. But yeah, things of that nature. Like, I think it'd be pretty cool. And obviously it'll be an online multiplayer game where you can have a bunch of people fighting each other, and it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that's it for me. As you can tell, I'm tired, that's why I'm stuttering a lot, but let me know what you guys think. Would you actually want a Dragon Ball Legends game based on the story that's in the mobile game, but on a more AAA quality? So we get cutscenes, we get voice acting, we get all that stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool, honestly. Because that's what I think most Dragon Ball fans want now. We know the story of Dragon Ball. We know it. Like, you know what's gonna happen. It's been played out numerous times, and that's why I feel like Dragon Ball Xenoverse did so well. It just gave us a brand new perspective. It breathed fresh. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Sorry about this. It just breathed some fresh air or whatever. I don't know what the phrase is. I forgot what the phrase is, but basically, it just gave a whole new fresh feel to the Dragon Ball thing, and I thought it was pretty cool. Dragon Ball FighterZ, another example that did really well. Obviously, one for its incredible polish and great visual, but also once again a brand new unique story that we haven't seen before. We are craving brand new stories, and yes, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot looks amazing visually. Gameplay, I'm still not sure about that. Story, we all know what the story is going to be like. I think at this point we're all just going into this just to see how they're going to recreate the story once again, see it in a more CC2 lifestyle or whatever, yeah, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. I'm gonna probably end the video here because I am actually getting super tired, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you want a Dragon Ball Legends game made into a proper full console-like quality, or do you think that the Dragon Ball Legends story doesn't have enough substance to warrant a full-blown game? I think it does. I think it does personally, because you can do a lot of stuff with this game. Like, you can follow Charlotte with the main story stuff, and then the side missions can just be you reliving the Dragon Ball history, just how they do the events in the game itself. I think it'd be pretty cool. And we get to see different perspectives, because I know a lot of people appreciate the Vegeta and Cabba student master thing, but with Charlotte and Vegeta, it just makes more sense. It just feels more natural, I guess. They're both learning, but obviously Charlotte has a little bit more experience, so he's guiding Cabba, while at the same time he's learning from Cabba. I think it'd be pretty cool. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm Pyros, and yes, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.